All right, welcome back to this week's June 26th Truck Talk edition. I'm coming to you today from number 2. I know I told you we would stay on number 1. I'd keep showing you that green, but there's a lot of work going on number 1 today. We're getting that fairway ready for sprigging, so I thought it'd be a little quieter to get over here and show you number 2. It looks exactly the same as number 1, but I'll get you back to number 1 next week. But you can see the progress we've made here. It's incredible for greens that are 22 days old at this point. We sprigged them on June the 4th. It's June the 27th, so I guess 23 days old. You can see what we're looking at here. Great results. Tyson, Dave, and the whole agronomic team is just killing it over here, and these are really looking great, so we're excited. The second set of greens we'll show you in a minute. They're also looking well. They are almost 10 days old at this point, so we're not quite ready to mow them this week. Tyson's going to get started mowing those next week. But they're looking really good. And then the last set of greens are going to be sprigged next Tuesday. So that'll mark the completion of all the greens. We got a lot of other completions out there to show you. So let's get out on the golf course and show you what's going on. All right, for our first stop today, we're over here on number 4. This shows you the fairways sprigging has started, which is an exciting milestone. Fairways and tees, we've done holes 5, 4, and 3. Currently working 2 backwards. But this is what sprigs look like in the fairway. Similar process to the greens, except this is actually called sod to sprig. So we take rolls of the sod that you've seen us put down around the greens and send it through a machine, and it chews them up and sticks them in the ground. I'll show you that machine in a second. But why we do this, we would love to sod fairways. You can see there we've sodded around one of the drains, but sod is about 10 times as much to put down versus sprigs. So pretty much everybody, unless you have an unlimited bank account or you're dealing with a course that is very undulated, takes the 90% savings, and we do the sprigs. Takes a little bit longer, but you actually get a better playing surface out of the sprigs if you're willing to wait for it, and it costs you 1/10 of the amount. So if we were to do sod in these fairways, just as an example, it would have cost us $1.6 million to sod the 30 acres of fairways that we'll do with the sprigging process for about $160,000. So big difference. Hope you understand why we're doing it this way. It takes a little bit longer, but again, in the end, we get a better result from it, better fairways to play from, and certainly saves a lot of your hard-earned money. Traditionally, we would just order sprigs from the farm. They come in a giant truck, dumped on the ground. They shake them out, much like you saw us do on the greens. This takes an actual roll of sod, just like we're using around the greens, and as it goes through the conveyor belt here, there's not a roll in there, but you can see the tubes from where the roll was. It takes that roll of sod, spins it out, chews it up, and it turns it into small sprigs that we use just like we do on the greens, essentially. So they'll handshake all these out on the tees, and then we'll go through and cut those in with a tractor. You can see the tractor working in the back, cutting those in. Water gets turned on, and we keep it heavily watered for the first week to 10 days to allow that grass to root down, and then from then it's off to the races. This stuff grows like crazy. So that's the process that we're using on the fairways and tees. All right, here we are. This will be our last stop for the front side. Looking at drainage on hole number 7, and I think I lied to you before. I think I said I wouldn't talk about drainage anymore on hole number 7. But this I just had to show you. You can see all the drains going in here on this kind of historically wet right side of hole number 7. Pan back there to the fairway, you see a bunch going down the fairway. So this is all the small pipe drainage that we talked about. So all of the big drains have been installed to move that surface water off. But what all these interceptor drains do will just be to help dry these areas out, expedite that water getting out, and ultimately lead to a much better playing surface. All right, for our first stop on the backside, we're over here on number 10. So this is the second set of greens. So these are just over, or right at 10 days old, really. So these are looking exactly like they should. Obviously not as far along as that first set of greens we showed you, but we're really pleased with the progress, and we'll get started mowing these next week. And that's when the grass really starts to jump, when you take that vertical growth off and it forces the grass to try to grow laterally. That's when you really see it fill in. All right, last stop for the day here on 18. You can see the green surround sod complete. We've got T-surround sod going down on 10 and 11, working its way around the back side. We've got prep for sod going on 12, 13, 14, laser leveling of T's on 14. A lot of work going on the back side, really excited about. But this is really looking great out here on 18. If you think it looks good from this side, come check it out from the other side. Pop into the Oakridge clubhouse there, go see Steven and Tessa in the back bar, and tell them Chris sent you. You'll get $1 off a glass of wine or a beer No, that's not true. You won't. I don't have that kind of authority. But go see them anyways and see what it looks like from that side. I'm telling you, it looks great. Hope you think it looks great as well. See you next week.